So, Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. First two
Sure.
episodes dropped.
Right.
Let me know. Let me know how it was.
Yeah. I've been liking it so far. First two episodes is not that half bad. So basically, what it is, it starts in a kind of dark framing in the first moments of the first episode where it shows 1991. And if you know what was important in 1991, it's really dark because Magic Johnson is waiting for results for something. That's
Uh-huh.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's that.
Google it. Google it.
Right. So yeah, so they start with that really dark prompt, and then they flash back to when he joined the Lakers for the first time, back when he was just coming out of high school. He could have easily gone to college. He should have finished college, or he was doing the college ball thing and finishing his degree. To be fair, and he's 19 years old at that point. And yeah, it's him joining the Lakers for the first time. So what the story does, you mentioned is an Anna Key project. It really feels like that. That's the only thing that was kind of annoying. But basically, it follows Jerry Buss, and it's John C. Reilly as Jerry Buss, who was the guy who bought the Lakers at this point in time to shake up the Lakers and have the aesthetic of basketball, because basketball, especially the NBA, were suffering severely. And they just need to shake things up and make things entertaining again. And he kind of had the simple conceit of, well, what you do is just, get attractive people to be in the face of the Lakers. And that was like the working paradigm for a lot of big sports like franchises and leagues in that general. And yeah, it kind of in many ways start with Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird kind of bring back the NBA in terms of sheer popularity. So it's no secret I'm a big fan of Magic Johnson because he is one of the best playmakers and point guards like ever. Right, period. Right? I've made it a habit for a while to just, watch a Magic Johnson highlight reel while, eating breakfast in the morning, because it's like the closest thing to meditation I have, right? That is just the man just like was absolutely brilliant. But yeah, what they do is they focus on Magic Johnson as getting picked, focus on Jerry Buss and the business stuff behind the scenes. They get into the big race conceit with respect to like Bird versus Johnson, because they always used to have this whole idea of a great white hope type character, in sports, right? And they get into all these like coded language with race and whatnot. And then Magic Johnson being a little too, forward with respect to money. He make no money yet, but he negotiating contracts with people who on top. And, they just tell him, look, you'll accept 400,000, but, he like, nah, I'll accept 600. And then they get into the relationship between Buss and Magic Johnson himself. He bouncing around and, just he told them real charismatic. And then, you get into why does the Lakers work so well because of how charismatic Magic Johnson is. And then the big sell of, what the new cheerleader paradigm is as well, because that's a big part of it. Like, yeah, they was coming for everybody know the Los Angeles Lakers cheerleaders. What you didn't know is that Buss is a big Playboy Mansion, visitor. So you could make the connection right.
Interesting.
Yeah, you make the connection right there, and like why it work and how you make things work in that sense. So here's the big sell with this. If anybody ever remember, like when this movie came out by 2012, I want to say, a movie called No. This is a Chilean film.
Yes, I remember you've mentioned it before. I know you love that show. Yeah.
Right. And why the film is kind of brilliant because it does this whole old camera thing, like what cameras used to look like back then, and what type of cameras they use, and they literally use those old television cameras back then. Now in this,
okay, so it's not just a color grading thing. It's like literally how the lenses and cameras use.
Yeah,
right?
with this show, I'm not sure exactly if they're doing that, but I find it looking real good. Like you're seeing chromatic aberration in a way that I can't see how you can really replicate on a computer. But like, look, they probably have a way to replicate it in post. But it's like it have this change of shots, so they'll use like a cutaway with really old like film grain maybe, but then they'll cut to, and then they might cut to some like actually old footage, but then they'll shoot a shot in such a way where it clearly look like the lens kind of smudge and old, and then they'll show like a modern shot that looked like a modern camera, but they color it to look like it was old. Like back in the days with some old filter, and they mix the shot a lot. And then because they have the characters talking to the audience all the time, that is where the Adam McKinnis has come true. Like
I had a mind. I had a mind. It was that he was
right. So there's a lot of that. Like there's characters talking to the camera talking to the camera in the middle of the scene, that kind of thing. Like that. It's getting a little old with the jokes, but it's all right. But the big sell with this show, I find, is the cinematography. Just that what cameras look like back in the 70s, through the 80s, and well, to the 90s. Like, those early, because really only the imagery of cameras really changed, I'll say, in the late 90s. Like from, that, but it had roughly the same until the mid to late 90s. That is when things started really look like a kind of interesting modern thing. Because that's when HD came along for the first kind of time. I remember like 98, it was a big deal when news programs was coming up with HD for the first time, and makeup people had to change up their whole approach and regimen to it and whatnot. This, it works. It for the most part it works. Little things like chromatic aberration, like just seeing that in a shot. You'll see it in a very early shot and you'll immediately see it. I'm like, oh, okay, they're doing this then. That is a big sell of the show. Just this old style, the acting. Everybody's bounced off each other. Well, it have like you'll be surprised who in this. They're like, wait, Dinah Michael Chiklis, and hey, Dinah blah blah blah. And it's like, hey, that is not this fellow. Yeah, it's like, oh, they got big stars in this one. That is what catch you. That is the thing. And John C. Reilly really holding it together as boss. Only small complaints so far. They really like misrepresent a couple people, not particularly well, in my opinion. But like I don't know why they do this. So like they have Jerry West being like super mad and angry for some reason. Like, yeah, Jerry West was. I don't know if Jerry West had a temper. Is this a fact? I have like it's the first time I learned this that he had this big temper apparently. They have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as kind of an asshole in this, and I don't know why. But because they have a great bit with they replicate his scene in Airplane 1. Remember the scene?
Oh wow! Oh, right.
Yeah, they do a shot with it, so they
get which I love, by the way.
The scene is right. So the scene they did was where the kid was insulting him about being a basketballer, and then the joke is him saying, "Oh, I'm not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm blah blah blah." I forget what the joke was, but he's like just generic pilot guy there. Then where the kid keep egging him on, he pulled his kid up and say, "Look, kid, you have to deal with this crap all the time." Remember that great bit in Airplane 1? Right. Mm-hmm. Same bit, right? They replicate that, and then they had it where the kid is like actually a fan of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he tells the child to fuck off. There's little things like that. Like, and I'm like, that, okay, I know Kareem is kind of a douche, but like he was really that big of a douche? I don't know. So I don't know how much embellishment going on.
I doubt it. I
don't know. Yeah, but they're making it work for it is, again, the main sellers be really Buss and Johnson. Like just the two actors they get. I forget the actor they get for Johnson. I can't remember his name. But yeah, the dude charismatic, he really holding it, and he really getting a vibe of, yeah, there's a young Magic Johnson like coming up in the NBA. They could totally see what it is. The first episode does a great job where he goes to this like party, like a big white party, and this older basketball player, I forget this guy's name because he like real disappeared in history. But he come in and like real embarrass Magic Johnson, because back then they didn't get that everything was just like pure talent and it was all about hardcore thing, and not realizing that no, you have to manipulate the sport. That is like the big conceit, right? The big secret to basketball, especially basketball. The sport is manipulated to cater to entertainment, not the other way around. It ended up becoming more kind of false entertainment based kind of sport, not some pure skilled sport. Yes, you have to be skilled in basketball, but what they did is they manipulated it in such a way where, oh no, it needs to be this certain way, and they make it a lot less violent, and they make it you do a lot of things to change up, so you could keep basically having a celebrity and a face of the game, win, like just be the champion and be like a great player, right? Until somebody other pretty face come on, and well, in the case of Magic Johnson, it was really him and Bird for a long time, and then Jordan came along, and he became the new face of the NBA for a while, right? So that's the idea, and I want to see what they're gonna do or how they're gonna go with it. And given Magic Johnson's trajectory and storytelling, so far I've enjoyed it, and I'm gonna be watching the rest. I dug the hell out of it. The cinematography is a big sell. Like it really looks cool and really impressive at times. But I know it after a while it comes across as a bit gimmicky. But I wasn't I didn't get bored of it yet. So far I enjoyed it with these first two episodes.
All right. Well, here's the thing, right? So I'm now reading this off of Wikipedia, right? I caught a glimpse of this news. Like I just saw it in an article somewhere, right? So now I actually have a reason to watch this. And at the time of us recording this, it will be the third episode that will be airing tonight, right? We boy Damian Marcano is going to be directing the third episode, bro.
Right, apparently.
Yeah,
I can't believe
I
that, right?
want to
That's
see that.
shocking.
And yeah, and
That is
I mean, I
shocking.
know that right now, he is riding high off the, well, right now, the South by
Wi-
Southwest
Right.
success of his
Uh,
feature
yeah,
cheese,
right. I
right?
hear about that. Yeah.
Which I'm gonna be keeping my eyes and ears on, because as soon as that drops, like it has to come out theatrically, similar to God Loves You Fighter, years ago, right? I
Right.
think, like for us in Trinidad, him directing this could be a big deal, right? So now
Right.
people have a reason to
Well,
watch the show. So now, yeah.
I was saying that I was telling myself in the back of my head, do I want to wait for the Meccano episode to do it on the show? I was like, nah, let you do it before, just so hype people up for it or whatever it is. So yeah, like
Yeah.
David Mercado,
Yeah.
David Mercado actually going to
Yeah.
do a goddamn episode of our TV show that pretty good so far. I can't say I can't say I hate it or anything like it. It's actually really solid.
Yeah, like this guy is doing so much great things. I mean, we've talked about, well, where he's at, sorry, what he's up to.
Yeah.
Well, Adam McKay, I mean, he caught Adam Radar, so
Right, yeah.
yo.
Exactly. Yeah. Can't be mad at that.
Yeah, so I'll be checking out that episode for sure. Maybe next time, maybe in the next episode we might talk about it. But I know for sure, like once this whole season wraps up, because I know it's like 10 episodes, we will definitely talk about that episode and what he brought to the table. I'm not too sure if he's doing any more episodes, right? I'm seeing right now episodes 4, 9, and 10. The directors are to be announced. I don't know if Damien's gonna be doing any one of those. Well, maybe not the finale. I doubt that, but we'll see. We'll see, right?
No, but you get one at least. I can't be mad at that.
I know.
Yeah.
So round of applause, man. Do your thing, man. I really definitely can't wait to see Cheese, man. I really can't wait. I was seeing that.
I mean,
it's a pretty solid review so far.
I was the biggest fan of his the previous film, but it was still good. Like it's still better than most, so it was fine.
Yeah, and I actually like one of my first written reviews was on God Loves You Fighter, right? So hey, look at that, right? All right, so sticking with TV just a little bit longer now. Ashton, if you don't mind, you could just, fulfill your promise, please, and you could talk about the second season of Upload.
Good day. Hello. So yeah,
good day.
Continue watching. I continue watching Upload as I said I would, but here's spoiler alert on that. I'm saving the last episode for tonight because my wife wants to watch it too. So, but Upload season 2 didn't miss a beat. In fact, I think in the time off, because of COVID and whatnot, you would hope that the writers and I guess the team that works on it would take time to improve the story or rewrite certain things. I would say that that's exactly what they did with Upload, because I couldn't find anything too wrong with this season, and there was a lot of reveals and how he got. Can I give spoilers in this thing, or what do you think? Should I put spoilers or?
I say spoiler away, man. I probably wouldn't watch that season in a hurry, but as you saw it and you're so eager to talk about it, you might as well.
Right. So he makes a friend as he gets into this the Upload universe now, right? The heaven for dead people, right? Where their consciousness lives on, right? He makes this one friend. So come to find out in this season, that's the one friend that basically killed him. That's the guy that organized that, because that guy has controlling interests in different types of heavens, right? And what the main character, Nathan, was doing is that he was trying to create a free heaven where anybody could join and everybody could be uploaded for free, right? That was his driving force. And yeah, he finds out that this guy that he was confiding in and really talking to, and the guy who was advising him was the old guy who, this is the crazy thing, this guy has been dead for a while, but because he's been uploaded, he's still continuing to pull the strings of his company while in the heavenscape. That makes sense to you, right?
Mm.
So he's still controlling his company and doing everything that he wants to do, and yeah. So then the characters realize that they can be downloaded, right? Which means that the consciousness that was uploaded can be taken out and re-uploaded into a living avatar, right?
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Right. So they will clone a body, your body, and give you the opportunity to be reincarnated. And well, not reincarnated, sorry, downloaded into the body. And that is where I stopped off at. Because the very last episode is download. And if you remember in season 1 of Upload, when they tried the very first download on a living person, after the guy came back to life, his head exploded.
Yes, I remember that.
Right, on live TV, right? Also, I just want to say something, right? The young lady that acts in this show, I just want to go on record and say I think she is one of the most prettiest actresses I've ever seen in such a long time. Not only that,
yeah. I
she
totally agree.
does an amazing job. You know, she always draws me in. And yeah, solid show all around. If you've never seen Upload, I would suggest you can either go on Amazon or wherever you get your entertainment from online. Look for Upload and have a look at it. It was really good. Season 1 was good. Season 2 was really good so far, and I'm pretty sure that it's gonna end on a little bang for me there, and I'm gonna be extremely happy.